This little short tutorial is designed to give you some starting points for selecting a persuasive topic. One of the things that I've done before is sat at the computer and looked at this screen and gone, I don't know. So I think it's important just to type in something that is of interest. I typed in pets. And I can look at images, news. I don't want shopping doesn't help me. But let's just see if anything in here catches my attention. And if I see something that is appealing to me, then I will click on it. And I'll spend a couple of minutes, and if that interests me, then I'll keep going with it. If after a couple of minutes I'm not interested, then I go back to Google and I start over and I think of something else that interests me, because once I clicked on that first idea, that gets my brain moving and gets me thinking about other things that might interest me. So you can see in the example that I provided for you in my step-by-step process of writing this essay that I thought, what do I like? I like castles. And that just took me on a journey that kept becoming more and more interesting the more I got into it. And yes, it was a learning curve, but I enjoyed learning everything along the way. So anything that interests you is a starting place. So let's just type in football. Now again, if I'm a visual learner, then maybe I want to click on images. If I'm more of a person who likes to know what's new, what's happening, what's going on today in the world, then I can click on news. Here's where I have all. For some people, the idea is to start with a big canvas and then narrow it down from there. So let's say if I go with all, I'm scrolling through here, I see if anything appeals to me. And for some people, this process works really well, because they can see if an article comes up and then they can get more specific in their search criteria. For some people, images work well, and this is particularly for visual learners, and going through and see if anything catches my attention. Maybe I immediately started with football, but now I see this and this interests me, or I see this and this interests me. And I go back and spend about a minute on that, and if it doesn't interest me, I go away from it. I come back to Google and I start over again. This is my best suggestion for finding a good persuasive topic, because you're going to be living with this topic for a while. And in my experience, if I pick something that I don't really care about, I'm going to lose interest, and I'm not going to do a very good job of developing that topic. But if I think of something that interests me, and the more I read about it, the more interested I am, then I generally have good success. So that's my best take on finding a persuasive topic. Again, the library is a wonderful resource. Contact those librarians, talk to each other in the discussion boards, and come up with ideas.